Hello everybody, welcome back to another video and welcome back to My Player Career Mode episode 123 today. We have got ourselves 6 games coming your way, 3 live, 3 post-com as we continue our journey with Manchester City, of course. If you missed any of the last episodes, how we got here, all that good stuff, you can watch it previously on the channel, so go check it out in the playlist that is... or should have every single one of these videos. Anyway, that's the should have in there. But if it doesn't, obviously apologies for that. You can find them all on the channel anyway. But our first game of the day comes against Stoke City. As I said, the 3 post-com. We got Stoke, we got Lille, and we have Newcastle before we jump into the live games. And let me just say this first game did not go the way I was thinking it would. After only 5 minutes, Stoke had found the opener. A Piaka header at the back post, and he gave Stoke the lead. I was fuming as well because it was just so simple how easy it was for Stoke to score the goal. And it left, obviously, City now behind after only 5 minutes at the Etihad. It's not an ideal scenario to be in, especially with how inconsistent we have been so far with this City team. It reminds me so much of last year with Juventus so far. But we were only behind for a matter of 5 minutes as well, because then the cross was swung in by Odriozola and it found the head of Nwakali, and he would score the equaliser to put it back to 1 apiece. And at this point I was thinking, right, let's kick on, let's get ourselves another one, and the corner was put in not too long later. I acrobatically got up to meet it with the overhead kick, and I was just sat there thinking to myself, this goes all the way through, but if you watch, there is a player at the back post who could have maybe arrived on that and put it in for City to take the lead. It didn't happen, did it? So, frustratingly, chance not converted, and we were made to pay for that, because in the second half, Stoke City put themselves back in front. A nicely worked chance, pretty much gifted again though by City with some poor defending, and they smashed themselves back 2-1 in front. A very, very good finish as well at the end of it, but it was more just kind of disbelief more than anything about the way we were playing, because I genuinely didn't know what to make of this game. And with 7 minutes to go, we got through 1-on-1. Keeper started to come out, had a second think of it, really should have decided on one or the other, because he got caught in no man's land and we chipped it over the top of him to give us another equaliser in the game. I don't know if there's going to be time for a winner in this one, but at least we've put ourselves back on level terms for a second time. And you know what? The quality of the finish, I was very happy with this. Just chipped it over the top of the keeper. I don't score many of them, but usually they are pretty good when you do score them. Sadly, like I said, I wasn't sure there'd be an eager winner, and that proved to be the case. So 2-2 in our first game. Points dropped against Stoke, but I don't want to say that they're a bad side by any means. They have a very decent side, and I'm sure they'll be sort of mid-table / top half of the bottom, if you will. I don't expect them to be in a relegation fight at the end of the season. I think they've got too good a side for that. We will see how it plays out, though, towards the back end. Following up from that game, Champions League action. Won our first 2 games in the Champions League, beating, I believe it was Dortmund, of course, and beating Fenerbahce in the process. So Lille, the only other side we're yet to face, and we have the game here ready for you all to look at. There is the league table, of course, as it pops up, showing you on the little graphic thing. But we should have had the lead inside 10 minutes. We laid the ball across, and Rabiot, I know it was a bit of a powerful pass from myself, probably shouldn't have hit it with so much pace, arrived on it at the back stick and could only send his efforts into the side netting. Very, very, very frustrating indeed. And again, for City, it proved to be a bit of a bad miss, because then Lille took the lead in the 40th. Again, walkabouts. Absolute walkabouts from the City backline. 2-on-2 scenario, and Lille make them pay. I don't quite know what happened to us, because it didn't really improve from there. Fernandes found the ball through, and 1 became 2 as the second half got back underway. And it really, really was a wake-up call, because I thought that we were going to be able to just run rampant in this particular Champions League, and it doesn't seem to be proving the case. I mean, it doesn't help the cause either when I get through 1-on-1 and do this. After every single goal I've scored in this series, I was kicking myself after that. I should have buried it 110%. We should have been back in the game. Not the case, and for the first time in the Champions League group stage after 3 games, Manchester City were defeated. Dortmund won, which meant all 3 sides now moved on to 6 points. We were on 6, Lille were on 6, and Dortmund were on 6. So it's a very close Champions League group all of a sudden. If we'd have won that game, that would have put us on 9, would have pretty much put us home and dry in that one. So, yeah, not great to say the least. And then for the final game, it was Newcastle at St James's Park. Things did not start off very well at all. They had the chance, a really good save, stopped us going 1 behind. And then Second half, we finally grew into the game a little bit and actually looked semi-decent all of a sudden as we found a chance, crossed in, KDB heads it home, Man City 1, Newcastle 0, and for the first time today, we were in front. Having fallen behind in the last 2 games we played, of course, the draw earlier against Stoke and then that game against Lille, I was hoping that this would be the turning point. We were going to get the 3 points and get back to winning ways. We smashed in a second with 10 minutes to go. That proved my theory as Nabil Fekir thunders that one into the back of the net. And at that point, it was a breathe of sigh of relief sort of moment. Just like, finally, you know what I'm saying? However, Newcastle wanted to spoil the party with 8 minutes to go. Sloppy City defending again, and Newcastle had a goal back, which only proved to be a consolation. They would get nothing more from this. As I said, it was really bad defending from City, but it didn't actually come back to cost them too much because we did hold on to a 2-1 lead and pick up our first 3 points of today's episode. So, bit of a mismatch one so far. A draw in game 1, a loss in game 2, a win in game 3, 1 of each so far. How are we going to fare in the 3 games that are live? Well, let's find out as I jump from postcom to live. Enjoy the rest of today's episode, my friends. And now Brighton travel to the Etihad looking to take points off of a little bit of an inconsistent Manchester City, let's call it, because things have gone all right. They've not gone brilliantly. After 10 games, 25 points is what City currently sit on, which is pretty decent. Obviously, I'm not going to complain at that, only dropping 5 points in the last sort of 30 points we've played for. But it's not really been the best of episodes, has it? You know, the first game of the day didn't really go to plan. The second one, facing Lille, that one just, you know, have to brush it to the back of our minds. And now we have Brighton. Brighton with an early corner, 14 minutes in. Not been the best start to the game at all. They've not got a bad team, Brighton, though, so we can't discredit them. They actually look decent in terms of the quality of players that they've got. Sane in need of a goal as well. This could be the chance for him as we've sent him down the left, but he ran wing instead of forward. Here is Leroy Sane trying to present Manchester City's first chance of the afternoon. And he's dispossessed with ease. Not good. Oh, what a goal! I mean, it just came from nowhere. Again, I didn't expect this to even go anywhere near the goal in terms of that. I thought we'd overplayed our lines, really. I saw Ferran Torres running towards it. Is it Ferran? Ferran Torres? Not Ferran. It's Ferran. Ferran Torres run towards the ball, and I thought he'd been pipped to it. But it seemed like it just bounced back. I don't really know who got the final touch on the way through. But then the strike has come in. I'm not sure who's got it. It's Nwakali. It's the man who's got it. Is he an ex-Arsenal player? I recognise the name from somewhere. Nevertheless, what a strike. And it's given Manchester City the lead here. Free kick for Brighton. Right on the edge of City's area. I did just Google it as well. And Nwakali is actually an Arsenal player. So that's where I recognise the name from. I was going to say it, I'm sure I did. But this is some defending then for Manchester City to do. Bernardeschi stood over the free kick. He looks to just chip it in. I felt, honestly, he should have had a go there. I really do. I don't think he's going to get much with a chip in towards the box. Maybe if he has a go. The ball's then parried out, possibly. Straight to a Brighton player. That's going to go out of play. Sane's not playing his best football in the last sort of 3 or 4 games here. Especially today. He's having a bit of a shocker. Here is Pedrastra in all kinds of space for Brighton. As he's going to get a cross in towards the box. And there is the equaliser. Inconsistent defensively from City again. And they've been made to pay. It's Bernardeschi who's got it. Really, really good finish from him. Just before half-time as well. One of the worst times to concede. And I don't quite know, actually, why Pedrastra had so much space down this left. I mean, there's 3 City players in one camera there chasing him. And nobody gets anywhere near it. And like I said, it's very, very good from Bernardeschi because the ball, it bounces in front of him, which could make it a difficult chance to actually finish. But he makes it look really, really easy. And to be fair, Brighton, they haven't really deserved to be 1 down. It's not really been that type of game where City have dominated. Neither side have really looked that good. And again, inconsistency at the back has cost Manchester City. But we approach half-time and it could well be 1-1. And Wakali, the goal scorer, trying to craft another opportunity here as he lays it back. Ebanks Landel's ball in. Conan heads away, and that is going to do it for the first half by the looks of it then. Very, very frustrating. Honestly, I left Juve for the same thing as what's happening here. Just, I don't know why teams, when we're playing in them, can't defend. Odrizzola's ball, there is a near post header, and there is a save. Our first major opportunity of the game. And we've been able to at least hit the target. But the keeper's been equal to it. Just near post header. He's done very, very well there, the goalkeeper, actually, because I just had to try and get it on target and do what I could in that regard. As the corner's put in, overhead kick, and we are 2-1 in front. Rabiot's delivery converted by myself. City 2, Brighton 1, and it's the overhead kick as well. If you remember in the World Cup final, was it? No, World Cup semi-final against France, Rabiot scored an overhead kick against us. It's not even really an overhead kick, it's like more like a bicycle kick, but still, with a weaker right foot, not even our strong foot, we've been able to hit the top corner. That might just make the goal of the series as well, potentially. But yeah, we worked hard to get in front, so don't throw it away immediately after getting in front, as it's going to be Belotti. No, Bernardeschi it is still over this, and he does have a go this time. Really strange catch from Grimshaw. Last time when I said he should have had a go, he crossed it. That time, it was a bit far out, so it would have had to take in something pretty specialist to be able to beat him. Ebanks Lendel's going to play the ball towards us. One off towards Sane. Come on, Leroy. You've been so much better than that. That is poor from Sane. He was having a bit of a stinker recently. Rabiot's ball through will find us. 63 minutes into the game. Rabiot continues in towards the area, just pulling it back. But no, it's gone all the way through to Torres, who tries to find a cutback as well himself. And it's cleared away. Ball in, Belotti! Oh, it's a goal for Brighton! It really shouldn't be. Again, why is it so bad? The cross comes from such a central area. And I don't quite know how it's ended up in the back of the net. Wow, City are so bad defensively, man. It's exactly the same as we were at Juve. We were poor defensively there as well. Like, look how central this cross comes in from. First time, and Ake just gets beaten in a 1v1 aerial battle. His back's to goal, and he's somehow scored, Andrea Belotti. 2 apiece, and City have thrown it away again. 8 minutes to go, and Humphreys just plays the ball towards Ake. Again, frustrating here for City, who've not looked good yet again. Fekir to Samasaku. Now Sane. Easy ball towards us. Not quite, as it's not worked. And again, City pouring possession, give the ball away. It's come through to Fekir, though, who will look again towards myself and yet again give the ball away. Lyanko. Fekir. Sane. Can you get the cross in? He can, but it's straight into the first man. Can't even beat the first player with his delivery. Odrizoula's beaten to the ball as well. Last minute of the game here as Fekir sends the ball towards us. Able to keep hold, but where do I go? There's so many Brighton players between us and the goal. Lyanko to Sane. Can't beat the first man again. Can't beat the second man. It's so poor. It really, really is so bad. Sane's not having a good time of things so far in this one. His horrible day continues. Fekir gives us an easy ball. Not sure I wanted it, but we're in towards the box anyway. And I can't even get the cross in, but that's going to be a corner. Last action of this game then to win the game. We scored from the last corner. Have we got one in us again here? Bernardeschi comes off. That says it all. That delivery, but it's fallen in the box anyway. Mistakes all over from Brighton, and it could have cost them. Wow. 2-2 it's finished here at the Etihad. City's inconsistency continues. But, I mean, if you look at this right here, I don't know what happened to Brighton with the last kick there. They could have lost it. No room for mistakes now, though. Lille took us down in the first game that we faced them in the group stages. Now we have them at the Etihad, and we have to beat them. 3 of us on 6 points in the group stage. Ourselves, Dortmund, and Lille all on 6. As I said, no room for mistakes. I like that second kick from Lille, actually. But I'm going to have to take it down. We're going to have to win the game in order to secure our spot, hopefully, in the next round of the Champions League. We've got 2 more games after this, but obviously if we lose this, it'll put Lille on 9. And if Dortmund win as well, that'll put them on to 9, making it even more difficult for us to get out of this group. So let's not start losing games now. Let's start here, win this one, and then win the rest of them. Manu Garcia, easy ball towards us. Rabiot found. What can he do with the ball now, though? Rabiot. Sane, edge of the area, trying to craft this chance for City. Is the ball through to Torres? Oh, and it's a delightful finish into the corner. Absolutely exquisite from Torres. The ball found its target from us. And you just cannot say anything else other than that about Torres' finish. It seemed to curl outside and back in again. What a strike. Here we go then, on the edge of the area. I'm thinking we're not going to get too much of an opportunity here, but right footed, we play him in. Keeper rooted. Oh, what a goal from Torres. Look at this. Strikes across the ball into that far corner. No chance at all. And it is the lead then for Manchester City. Get in. Torres, great winner, and he's going to send the ball towards us. Didn't have a lot of power on the pass, though, did it? And there's a mix-up between myself and Douglas Luiz as we're trying to break through. Going each other's way, it cost us a chance, but I mean, the pass from Torres needed a bit more pace on it. If he had hit it with a bit more pace, maybe that's a chance. Rabiot sends us the ball. Douglas Luiz, quick return, didn't necessarily want it. Tried to find Rabiot on the return, but Brooks intercepts it. 5 minutes away from half-time. And I tell you what, in terms of today's appearance and game, I'm not doing too brilliantly, but I have assisted that goal. Then again, it was all about the finish from Torres. And here now come Lille as they look for a goal. Odriozola misses the tackle. Castillo's shot! Ederson saves it. Corner ball. This is where the problems lie for City. They have to defend this corner. Do not concede before half-time. Fernandes going to try and put it in. Douglas Luiz does deal with the danger.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of...
Says release the ball sooner, but I don't really know where to release it to. And Lille have just scored. It came up saying release the ball sooner, but if you saw what happened, where was I supposed to release it? Backwards ball maybe, but then I put us into more danger. I mean, I'll take some responsibility for the goal because at the end of the day, I probably should have released and maybe just smashed it up the line to end off the half. But then when Odriozola goes napping and lets his man run inside like that, and we concede through this, there's only so much you can do. But I want to see what was on. It's like right here, Douglas Luiz plays me the ball, and realistically, once I've got it here, where am I going? Where do you want me to put this ball? Because there's nobody really at the line. Sane's in the centre. If I go back, there's a few Lille players here. So the only play realistically for me to do was to try and smash this line. And as I'm about to do it, he made the tackle. So, well, I don't really know where I could have put that ball, to be honest. Other than just clear it up the line, but then we lose possession. I never like doing that. So, release the ball sooner, I disagree with, because there was nowhere to release it to, other than smash it up the line. Ball through for Torres to chase, and he's got to finish this. Torres! It's saved by the keeper. Sane needs to attack it. Leroy, will you please get into the game? What a horrific episode he is having. Seriously, Leroy Sane, you need to get yourself into the game. You're not the same player all of a sudden. Don't know why. Quality, of course, but just seeming to lack it today. I don't know why it is. Garcia trying to beat his man. He's dispossessed with ease, and City waste the opportunity again. And the head-to-head record at the minute is with Lille, so if this stays the same, obviously they've got the far better head-to-head record, having beaten us over in their ground, so we have to try. Oh, it's a goal for Lille. It's 2-1, and City are crumbling again. It should have been dealt with. It should have been. Look at this. How has he scored from here? Deal with the danger a lot sooner and we're in a good position. It's 2-1 Lille. The head-to-head record now will not matter because they've beaten us twice anyway, and that's going to send them on to 9. We will be on 6 if it stays like this. Horrific from City again tonight. Leroy Sane with another misplaced pass. Oh my goodness me. Well, how do you come back from this then? I don't know. And the fact of the matter is, Pep's taken off Torres, who was by far our best player tonight, and left Sane on, who's having a stinker. And that was supposed to be for Max, but I've overhit the pass, and Tuanzebe's managed to get it away from 2 players. Fernandes gives it away, but Garcia can't keep hold of it. Sums up the night again. 2-1 defeat to Lille. Oh my God. Actually, could have been even worse there as well, because they've just had another chance. It's going to be the last kick of the game, so it doesn't matter. Corner put in. Sane's going to head it away. That's great. Fantastic. There we go. Referee end the game. Thank you very much. Lille 2, City 1. For the final game today, then, we face Arsenal away at the Emirates, and we have to win the game as Bournemouth are currently joint top. If it stays like this, we will have to share first place with them, depending on goal difference, of course, how it sits right now, but I don't know how it looks, so we could just keep top spot if we win the game here today. But let's just say, not really fancying our chances the way we're playing at the moment, so everything points in the direction that this is going to be a tough one. Certainly looks that way. We're making it hard for ourselves, really. Fluid starts in behind here, looking for number 1, and we've already got it. 3 minutes into the game, it's City 1, Arsenal 0. It is the start that we were hoping for. Against a former club for us, of course. He came here on loan and won the Premier League with them. I mean, we can't really ask for a better start than what we've had here. But it doesn't matter at this stage. We seem to take the lead in every game we play, more or less. And then we just lack that defensive capability to hold on to it. And it's so early into the game that largely we can't even say anything other than that it is obviously the opener. And that's probably how it's going to be, the opener. Because I do feel there'll be more goals in this one, more chances as well. And Wakali trying to send us through again immediately. Arsenal it's a little bit prone to a few accidents so far in the opening 7 minutes. Here is Torres. Torres turns inside and sends the ball back post, and we've got it on target somehow as well. He was taken out in the process there, Torres, so it is probably going to be a yellow card, yeah. I was thinking that. Kieran Tierney booked for the challenge. He's got a great delivery, though, in towards the back post as Torres in the process of doing this. And I could only hit the volley down into the turf and straight, really, at the goalkeeper, who's made a good save. But it could have been our second immediately. And we haven't even really played that long. I mean, it's looking like we're going to be able to have a few chances here. But then again, if the keeper's saving him like that, it doesn't particularly matter too much as Tierney's going to mop up the play. But Torres wins it straight back. It's a mistake made again by Arsenal. And when you make mistakes like this in a game of this magnitude, that's usually what happens. 2-0 City, we've got them both, and you cannot be making mistakes like Arsenal are. It's our weaker right foot, but it's hit so cleanly. There's absolutely no chance for the keeper. 2-0. Here is Fornals and Wan-Bissaka in towards Willock. Fornals backwards, forced backwards as well. I mean, for Arsenal right now, they're trying to craft their first chance. Ainsley Maitland-Niles has it! And Ederson is behind it. Their first shot of the game is come from Maitland-Niles. And at the moment, Arsenal trying to find a little bit of inspiration from somewhere. Here is Maitland-Niles again. Just lifts one in, and Elvedi's there. Off the bar. Arsenal really could have had a way back into this match, but they hit the crossbar with their centre-back. And now City can potentially break here, as we found Rabiot. Could not get the ball under control quick enough, though. Fornals just skips away from Rabiot, and he lays the ball to Maitland-Niles. That's brilliant from Arsenal, who carve open Manchester City with relative ease, and it's the first real moment of quality passing fluidity play that we've seen. Very, very, very goodly. Goodly? Very, very nicely worked, I should say. What a move. What a move. And Pablo Fornals, the man who started it by skipping past Rabiot, I think it was. 3 passes later, collects the rest of it and slides it through the legs of Ederson. Game on. City in trouble here. Maitland-Niles down the right. If he gets the cross in, it could well be a chance. Forced to put it behind. Maybe could have headed it back out of the area rather than behind, but safety first. And Arsenal with a big opportunity to pull themselves back, leveling the game. There it is. And it's gone all the way through. And it's only just dealt with by Manchester City, who now have a potential break on. Sane, make moves for me, mate. There you go. Don't give me it straight back. Leroy, come on. You're far better than this, Leroy Sane. You're far better than this. Chance to put the cross in now. There it is, but I've completely wasted it. But I didn't want the return from Sane. He needed to bring the ball under control and just drive at Arsenal's defence. I was not in a good position to have that return pass. 2 minutes to go. Maitland-Niles looks to try and give Arsenal this equaliser. Dembele attacks it. Ederson comes out. It's City trying to clear their lines. And why are we going back here? Oh, we've actually done all right there to be able to hold on to that and done pretty well to send it. I mean, why did I not attack that ball the way I wanted? Easy for Arsenal to have it back. But it should be the game then, my friends. And we should come away with a 2-1 win. It was not a good quality game at all. Rather fortunate that Arsenal made the mistakes they did to give us the 2 goals, in all honesty, because we weren't good enough to really carve them open too often. Can only really think of Torres' cross, and ultimately, I think we've stolen a victory there. And as we end off today then, we've at least ended off with a victory, so there is that bonus. However, if you have enjoyed today's episode, a like would be greatly appreciated. I'm sincerely hoping that things improve from here on out, because I don't want to have another situation like we were at Juve, where we're getting frustrated the way we're playing. But it does, of course, keep us top of the table. I'll show you that right here as we head into this one. And we will see what next episode brings. If you're under any though and like what you see, hit that subscribe button down below every single day for you to enjoy. I'm again refereeing tonight, so I'm not going to be around to reply to your comments. We will have the return of Player Career Story tomorrow, and maybe even a De Graafschap episode tomorrow as well. But that's going to be it for today, and hopefully you enjoyed it. I will see you all again tomorrow. Yet another video. Catch you all then. Adios!